And yes, I probably could have bought new materials and then I wouldn't have had to sand them all and spend hours doing prep, and I could have just like smashed them straight in and the van would probably be done already. But you know, it's about the journey. It's all about the journey. Learning a lot in terms of wood prep and burning and all of that, plus all the pallet wood dismantling and sanding and carrying makes you strong, fit and strong. It's all about the journey, right? But yeah, I mean, the whole idea was to do this as cheap as possible out of recycled materials. So here we are spending hours sanding and burning and stuff, but it's all part of the process, right? Yeah, wish I had some better tools though, to be honest. That thing's crap. But alright, onwards. And this is what trying to work faster looks like. Wow, okay. Looks a little bit ridiculous, but it works. You'd be surprised how much energy that takes to try and like keep both of them in check, because they do want to run away from you, so it's a lot of muscle activity. Oh, definitely learning how to use lefty-righty. Alright, and here's one for making templates, because templates can save your life sometimes. So I was trying to figure out like, okay, how am I going to fit a piece of wood into there? Well, boop, boop. Taking a piece of cardboard and a Stanley knife and just going at it bit by bit. And if you mess up, you can always just put some tape on it to kind of add a bit. Sometimes that works rather than cutting a whole new template, but feeling pretty good about that one. As long as I cut the wood exactly like that, it's going to work perfectly. Alright, let's trace that onto there. Yep, boop. Cut out my lines. Sand that up. It's lucky that those boards that I was originally using were like, those ones, they're quite thin. And that didn't fit on it, but luckily I have this piece, which is exactly the same thickness, and kabam! It's gonna work just. How good. I guess we gotta go see if it fits in the van. I actually need to make this piece of wood bend. So I'm gonna set up my saw so it goes through some of it. And then I'm gonna do like heaps of long passes and see what happens. Ooh, the moment of truth. Will my masterpiece fit? So ideally you would use a table saw for this kind of thing, but I did it all by hand, so I don't have a table saw. If you're not caught on, the reason I'm doing this is so it bends, so it fits that shape, and look, it bends So I think it'll work, but I haven't even tried it yet myself. So if you guys are joining me for this, is it gonna work? Look how much it has to bend. Like, obviously wrong choice of materials here. Could have used some plywood or something. But will it bend without snapping? I think it will. I don't really want to push it too much with one hand, but look, it works. Oh, that's awesome. Obviously a few of my cuts, I didn't go to the end, so I'm going to fix those so they have a chance of bending all the way. And it looks like I started going wider at the end just because I didn't think it needed to bend that much there, but it looks like it actually needs to bend more there than anywhere else. Oh, and then same down the bottom. Bit of a kinky boy. But hopefully my actual cut is good. It looks like it might just fit. Need a bit of adjustment. Yeah, close. Alright, hard to know which step to do first to keep it nice. Sand, cut this, router, all the things at once. Yeah, I'm gonna go chop a few more lines in the bottom parts. And yeah, it's gonna work. Woo!
Bum 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 ba-da-dum bum bum ba-da-dum bum 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 ba-da-dum bum 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 bum.
Alright, so I've now taken a handsaw and gone back over a few of them because some of them weren't deep enough, but only at the end because I've obviously lifted up the saw a little bit too early coming off the tail end. So that's all good now. Masterpiece. It's a bit of a trip, but the whole thing bends. It does bend quite well. Yeah, and then I'll just fill all the lines with glue, and when I stick it on, hopefully it'll glue itself together and hopefully it'll be right. I had to leave a chunk at the end here for the screws to be able to fix it. Here as well, so hopefully with some fast drying glue and a couple of screws at the bottom we can get that to actually fit. So yeah, all that's left to do now is to give it a bit of a sand up, make sure it actually fits size wise. I might have to trim some bits, which is going to be tricky now with all the cuts in it, so hopefully don't break nothing. And yeah, wish me luck. Alright, this piece is done. Look at that. Check how it fits. And then it needs a little like this. Wait. The piece is ready to go in. Probably been working on just this one piece for about an hour. So cutting, coming back, shaping, making sure it fits, all of that. But look at it now. I want to bend. Isn't that not super satisfying? Boop, 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 boop. So now everything fits quite snug, and the final touch was to trim the top there. That's how it's going to sit. But it marries up to the top pretty nicely there. Originally it came up about like 2 inches and didn't look good, so I just chopped the top off. And I'm pretty happy with it now. Yeah, that schmickass. Accidentally nicked it with the router and put this little dirt in there. But maybe I'll sand that out just a wee bit more. But all in all, super stoked with that piece. It's my first time trying to do the bendy thing. I think it worked out pretty good. And of course it's going to be a big challenge to figure out how to glue that to the face of the van and fix it. not sure how that's all going to work yet, but like always, we'll figure it out. Yeah, super stoked. It seems like a lot of effort for one piece, but I was determined to learn something new and give that a go. And I'm pretty happy with the result. So now I'm going to sand it with probably 240 grit and get the burner on it, burn that one, match it to all the other bits, and yeah, now I know how much effort that is, but I'm still yet to figure out this side. That's going to be a fight. Who knows, maybe I choose some thinner material, or find a table saw to make this whole process a lot quicker. Anyway, here it is, learning new stuff, having fun, winning. Yeah, boy. Of course, the battery dies. There you go, not so smooth sailing, apparently. Let's try that again. Oh, it's coffee time. Alright, and we are back to our favorite part. Burning wood again. I don't know why I decided to do it outside this time. Because we all know the slightest bit of wind fucks it up. And it's very hard to get a consistent burn when the wind hits. But now I know how the guys at the sushi restaurant feel doing this all day. Although this is very satisfying. Wow, okay, so I timed myself this time, just for the hell of it. These bloody 8 boards, which is one section of the roof, took me a whole hour to burn them. They're pretty long, rather than those other short boards I was doing. But yeah, that took me a whole hour to do. Like, sometimes people ask me as well, it's like, how do you stay motivated or have the energy and all of this to just like push through and keep going? And like, really, I think what works best for me is I just set myself like milestones, like, and goals. Like, before I go to bed, I need XYZ finished, because tomorrow my next step is XYZ. And then the motivation is there just because I know that's what I need to get done to enable tomorrow's plan to go smoothly, rather than waking up the next day and being like, oh, I have to continue that thing that I didn't do yesterday or I didn't finish. So for me, that's what's kind of keeping me motivated to push through the tiredness, lack of energy, and or boredom, because sometimes it's a bit tedious of a task just to keep doing the same repetitive thing. And yeah, you can get a bit bored and it's definitely tiring. But yeah, setting milestones of what I want to accomplish before the day end. Rather than setting a time of like, okay, I'm going to bed at 10 or I've got whatever it is. It's like, no, I just got to get this done. Doesn't matter how long that's going to take me. I'm going to get that done before I go to bed. And then, yeah, wake up tomorrow and I don't have to look at that thing that I didn't do or was wanting to finish. So most of the time I just push through in order to achieve that goal. And it also makes you work a little bit harder and faster if you're lagging, or yeah, things are taking longer than expected or whatever it is, you're just like, all right, cool, well, keep at it. And yeah, then things happen. Because to be honest, halfway through this lot, I'm like, oh, I'm done for today. But they're the 8 pieces that I need to be able to do one section of the roof. That was the plan. So yeah, gonna have a bit of a tidy up. And I think that's it for woodworking today. Go and do the other thing, which is reply to you lot. Get on the message train, reply to a few people. I do apologise. I've been really slack at that lately because I've just been on the tools all day, every day, all night. Yeah, anyway, spending way too much time on the tools doing things rather than on the socials replying to people. So yeah, if you sent me a message or something and I haven't gotten back to you and it's been a while, I do apologise. I will get there eventually. But for now, how pretty is that? Pretty keen to get those in. I may not have already shown you this, but that's where we're at. And I'm not sure if you've seen this video or not, but I made this piece tonight as well. And I'm actually super proud of this piece. It took me quite a while to figure that out. It's my first time making heaps of cuts in a piece of wood to make it bend. Because yeah, it's got to fit on there, but the profile is a bit skew. And I wasn't thinking about that at all. I'm just like, all right, make it template, make it fit. And then I put it there and was like, oh, well, that's dumb. No way that's ever gonna work. And then I just decided to try the cutty thing and so cool. And yeah, it fits really well now. Super stoked about that one. Not sure how I'm gonna actually mount it, glue it, screw it, all of that yet. But super stoked with how well it fits. And how well the bendy thing works. So yeah, stay tuned for more VanSauna videos. Alright, I'm gonna go sort some music because I'm playing this weekend and hope to see some of you there. Saturday is where it's at. If you're coming to Stabler, I'll be there. I'll see you there. And yeah, look forward to getting a bit social with y'all. So, a little bit over the solo days on the tools at the moment, to be honest. Alright, ciao. Glue and screws. Finished now, I suppose. If I didn't do this whole recycled timber, sandy, burn type thing, could have just bought materials, smacked it in, and called it a day. But that's no fun. It's all about the journey, right? And yeah, definitely learning a lot about wood prep and wood and whatnot. So yeah, you know, the journey to collect the timber and pull it all apart, make it fit and strong. But yeah, no, it's all about the pros and the journey. So that shape. Get that shape. Hopefully we can make that work. Got wood and chickens.